It's negative 45 outside. Luckily, there is some sunshine. There's no wind chill right now. The winds have kind of died down. So we were expected to get 50-mile-an-hour winds. We have a storm coming in, which means the temperatures will warm up, which will be good. We've been at negative 45, I think, for today's day 4. But right now, it's kind of nice out here. Since November, we've not had a day above 0, except on 3 occasions. Every day that we've been below 0, for the most part, has been around negative 30 during the daytime hours. And just in the last few days, has it gone down to negative 45. And with the wind chill, it was around negative 60. So I need to bring in some wood. It's like around negative 40 outside. Whew. Just a few minutes of work. When you're wearing this many layers to keep from getting frostbite, you can really work up a sweat. Oh my God. All right, let me take off some of these layers and get to stacking this wood. So usually after just bringing in a couple armfuls of wood, I wind up taking off some of the outer layers and just working in, like what you see now, just a light jacket to finish running the wood in. For those of you that are concerned that I would freeze to death in this cabin, rest assured, I am doing just fine. In fact, it is a little too warm in here right now. It's 50 degrees in the cabin. It's just too warm. Even Kenai bundles up for the extreme cold. He's got on a sweater. We got some booties in production for his feet. I did try to purchase some in Palmer, Wasilla. However, I could not find any large enough for his feet. But after this boy gets his cuddle, I will go ahead and stack this wood. Oh, you're a good boy. Right there is the sun. You can see it's like right at the horizon. And this is noon. That's as high as the sun will get. We're increasing a little bit in sunlight every day, but it'll be weeks before we have 8-hour days again. We're still around 5 hours. So as you can see, get a little cold. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh. So I've been trying to start the car because I need to go get water. It's been about 7 days. Normally I have a tub, but I did a lot of cleaning. And so I used up the majority of the water and now the car won't start. I think I'll give it a day or two for the temperatures to come up. We're supposed to get closer to 0. What I'll do is just collect snow for now and put that on the stove, let that melt, and then that'll at least give us drinking water. But I don't know what to do if I can't get the car started after that. Having the oil pan and transmission pan heater, I should be fine. I shouldn't have any issues with the engine, I hope, but I don't know. I honestly just don't have an answer. All right, let's see what happens in a day or so. Let the temperatures come up just a bit. It's like negative 20 right now. So I just think the negative 45 with negative 60 wind chill might have just been too much for the car. I have a Berkey 3-gallon water filtration system that I just fill the top reservoir with water. The top reservoir has 2 charcoal filters in it right now. There's space to put in a total of 4 filters. And you can see that right now, before I put in the the melted snow, there is only about half an inch of water in the top reservoir. And that's typical because the water filters through these charcoal filters and then will go into the bottom reservoir. And I'll show you how little bit of water I have in there, but I'm not going to stick the ruler in that water. All the water drains from the top reservoir into the bottom reservoir. And you can see that that is all the drinking water I currently have until I put in the melted snow. I keep a water bath canner on the stovetop full of water. This is what I use for my general cleaning, dishes, hand washing, face washing, or it's constantly sitting on the wood stove heating. I almost think I could just put this in the Berkey like this with even a little bit of snow left in there. Well, that gave me about 2 inches of water. Time to melt more snow. So the temperature has come up slightly, and I tried to start the car the other day, but it was a lot colder then and it wouldn't turn over, and I had some battery at that point. But now there is nothing. No interior lights. Nothing. Dead in the water. I need to get the battery charger out and hook it up, see if I can get this thing started. And yes, the car is plugged in. It's got a, oil pan, transmission pan, and battery warmer. Unfortunately, they didn't have the trickler for my car when I took it in, and I wish they had, because then I don't think I'd be in this situation. Yes! Yes! Yay! Yes! Okay, leaving the car running. After 30 minutes of running, the windshield still is not thawed. And it's only 5 degrees outside. It is not 11:48, by the way. That is incorrect, and so is the date. Highly incorrect. I'm using the tires of my vehicle to plow my driveway because I don't have a plow and I need to make sure that the driveway is clear. So I've done this every time it snows, essentially, since September. And I've packed it down quite a bit, but I still have a lot to do. But they've not plowed the road that I live on. Hear it, but nothing's coming out. Well, that's all the water, and that's by shaking it. I think it's frozen. Back to the cabin to dry it out. Back to the drawing board. That didn't work. I left the hose in the car the last time, and I do a good job of making sure that I drain the water out, but obviously there's still some small amount of water that was left in the hose, and it must have just all collected at the lowest point in the coil because I store the hose coiled up and down this way as opposed to laying it flat in the car. I know it's not the pump house because I could hear the pump kick on and I could get just a trickle of water out, and I could probably sit here and wait for it, but I might just do more damage than good. So I'm gonna take the hose home, I'm gonna dry it out, and I'm going to take you along and show you the gas prices because I need to put some fuel in the car. I'm not sure what the gas prices are currently where you live. Comment down below and let me know, because I am curious how the prices here relate to where you're at. Even if you're in Alaska, the prices on this side of the state might be different than they are where you're at. Comment down below and let me know. let's go get some gas. I never shut the car off while I was attempting to get water because I didn't want it to potentially not start again. I did bring the jumper with me so I could jump it if need be, but I don't want to jump the battery more than is necessary because I don't want to risk damaging any of the cells. You know, just want to be cautious of how many times I have to jump the vehicle. That's why next year I will get a battery trickler on the car. I bought this car right before heading to Alaska, so I didn't even have an opportunity to get one ordered in before I left. I have basically a mini garage between the car and what I have at home. The battery charger is just one of those things that stays in the go bag. I don't keep it stored in the vehicle because the battery needs to be kept above a certain degrees, and storing in the vehicle with these extreme temperatures that we have here would compromise that battery. Maybe sometime I'll go over my everyday carry items and my bug out bags. I like to call them my get home bags. I'm already at a bug out location, right? So it's my get home bags. But I also want to take this opportunity while I have your ear to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed. I now have over 100 subscribers. And I also want to say thank you to those in the YouTube community who have a channel, who have welcomed me into this community and into Alaska. You guys are some of the nicest people that I've ever encountered, even if it's just virtually. It is really nice to be welcomed like that. So thank you. All right, let's get some gas. Let me show you the prices. I am gonna have to shut the car off. Fingers crossed that it starts again. You only have two options for gas. You have your choice between regular and diesel. If you want premium fuel, you're not getting that. You get regular with no additives, or you get diesel fuel. Those are your options. And I'm gonna close this video out. I do wanna say thank you again to everybody for subscribing, and if you haven't, please do. It's not too late. The button's right there. Just go ahead and subscribe, and I will check in with you guys again next week. Be sure to check out my other videos. This is the one that YouTube recommends, and this is the one that I recommend.